we go up here, you can see the cross member for the transmission, which leaked from day one, and Lakewood bell housing, front sump Moroso 7-quart oil pan, and then you can see this is a Flaming River power rack and pinion with a what do they call it? A bump steer kit, and you can see an Adco sway bar up there. Car handles like it's on rails, and then Chris Austin G-Link coilover system behind a Willwood brake. 12.19, 4 piston calipers on all 4 corners. Power or non-power manual brakes. That's pretty much the mechanical setup of the car. You can see the headers. Pretty much, might be able to see the step in them, going from 1 3/4 to 1 7/8, but it's further up. That's pretty much it. This car is pretty mechanical. Very fun to drive. So a consistent 11-second car. That is pretty much it. Running a Flexolite fan and a Griffin aluminum radiator. And for the throwout bearing, this is a hydraulic system. So for the throwout bearing, it's a McLeod throwout bearing. The reservoir, as of currently, is losing fluid. So I'm either leaking up there at that valve or at the throwout bearing or slave cylinder that's going in the bell housing. So due to the fact that I'll be pulling the engine soon, this car's probably seen its last voyage in the current configuration. I won't bother to replace the throwout bearing because I'd have to pull the transmission, and then I would have to go ahead and reinsert the transmission and then run around for maybe a couple weeks before I go ahead and pull the engine. So for me, it's not worth it. I'm done with it in this configuration. Once I pull that engine, or once I pull the trans, the engine's coming in, and it's not going to go back in. So with the current engine, not sure if I'm going to sell it or just put it on the engine stand. I will entertain offers. Everything's for sale. Everything's got a price. So let's go down to the back side of the car. You can see those 335s back there, and look, I mean, they are healthy. The car dead hooks now. Before I was on a 275 50/15 Mickey Thompson E2 Street, and you know, I get some spin out of first and a little bit out of first, top of second. This thing now, I mean, it holds this. It may haze a little bit, but those meats pretty much hold the rubber, or hold the power for the engine and the torque of it. Outside of that, that is pretty much it. But you can see that that tool crib or race ramp is 12 inches wide, and you can see on both sides there's a little bit of bulge on both sides. So I would say at least half to 2/3 of an inch on the inside and probably ½ inch on the outside. So I'd easily say that's a 13 and some change inch wide tire. So just kind of give you just to kind of give reference on the size of it. Up front, it's a 265 35/18 on an 18/9. These are Rocket racing wheels, 18/12, 18/9. Let's go out back and look at the business that's happening back here. Honestly, it's probably the best view of the car, given the stance. I recommend to anyone who, you know, if you're looking at a car, a classic especially some of these smaller cars. I don't have skirted fenders, but some Falcons do, like some of the 63 to 5s, the second gens I call them. They got skirted fenders, so you gotta possibly do work in here just to remove that, but then also with tub it. I'm a huge proponent of tubbing a car because I finally did mine, and this G-Link came out of a Cougar, or for a Cougar, because they don't have one. Chris Austin doesn't make one for the Falcons as of yet. So supposedly, I called Chris Austin Chassis Works, asked them if they wanted to do R&D on my car for a test mule. They said no, but here's a shop that we deal with frequently, and they can guide you on your way, and they can get you dialed in. So these guys do a lot of work with Chris Austin, and so I went to the shop, took the plunge, installed their builder tubs, and got the G-Link installed. And man, I do not regret it. It is the business. Complete different car with this kind of rubber contact patch on these tires on the road. There isn't any off ramp or any turn that I really feel the car is not up to the task of. I mean, it really just made a difference. So anyways, I think I'll end it here. If there's any comments on the car and any questions on it, what was done, because I kind of feel like Falcons are upticking with social media and all that kind of stuff, and the few pages that you'll see on Facebook and Instagram, you're just seeing an uptick in them. So if there's any questions, please feel free to chime in. Let me know any questions. I'll kind of give you the rundown from my perspective and share my experience with the car. It currently weighs 3260 in this trim too, without me in it. It's got a 6-point roll bar, so that might contribute to some of the weight, or actually it does contribute to some of the weight. So yeah, any questions, please hit me up, and we'll get them answered. Again, this 408 Windsor is coming out, and 430 Windsor is currently being built. So this thing will be going away, or won't be going away, but it'll be coming out of the car. I'd like to actually get a 60 to 62. If I can find a clean roller, preferably from the Southwest US with not much rust. I feel like those are still affordable, but I don't feel like it'll be much longer before these cars will all be spoken for, like some of your earlier Novas, some of your Chevelles, A-bodies, and things of that nature. Those are kind of getting spoken for, and so even the prices have gone up significantly, even for rusted out buckets. You know, you've kind of just seen the price go up. So I'm hoping that happens for the Falcons, just because it only makes the value of this one go up. So there are some nice Falcons out there. I've seen them on the webs. So yeah, we'll cut this video and look to having some comments, and we'll talk to you guys soon. Take care.